Hey guys, this is Peter, and as you can see, I'm running PLEX. I've been running PLEX now for a couple weeks. I have a lot of videos on that. I've been running it on my PC, mini PCs, the NVIDIA Shield, which was really great. It runs that nicely. But now I'm running it on a brand new piece. I'm running it on the edge from a NAS drive, and this is fantastic. It has a completely different value proposition, and I think you're going to like it. Let me just show you really quick and catch you up to speed on what PLEX is all about. Here we go. This is PLEX. It's running here on my PC, but it's also running on my network attached storage drive. Here, I have full access to all my movies. I could click on any of these and it'll run. I have plenty of storage in there, so don't worry about that. Music, again, plenty of storage. So here's all my different music. I'm also able to record TV shows. That's right, my drive itself is smart enough that it can keep track and record stuff for me. There's my TV shows, but here's the value proposition. I have over 30,000 photos. For 16 years, almost 17 years, I've been taking pictures, digital pictures of the kids. We have vacations on here, everything. The data that I'm creating with my camera and my PC now is going to outlive my PC, the PC after that, the PC after that, and hopefully the PC after that too. Hopefully a number of them. But the data that I'm creating here, well, these are memories. These are pictures. These are vacations. These are, my kids. I want access to these. It's not good enough just to put it on a drive and stick it in a drawer. I want full access to it. I want it to be safe. I haven't been putting it in the cloud for years. It's a pain in the rump, let me tell you that. I don't have a good access to it. It's just a bunch of files. This I can actually browse through. These are pictures. This is great. So this is a recent trip that we took. But here, I can go up here. We can actually go to the photos. And I can look at them by year. I can create albums. If I go through by year with my TV remote, it's great. The kids all gather around. Everyone gathers around when we start looking at pictures because they all love to see them and remember them. Here's some trips that I just clicked on and thought this would be fun to do. Different trips around the world. There we go. I was in Japan. I think this was in, is that San Francisco? Maybe that was San Francisco. That was Seattle. Here we are in Crete. This one is from Costa Rica. Little monkey. Here, I'm just going to click on it. And it turns into a slideshow. There we go. Yeah, those little capuchin monkeys got pretty close to you. And it's just going to play through, and you can put music to it however you want. There's the capuchin. Found a parrot in a tree. Who sees a wild parrot? Free drinks on a boat. When do you get that? It's just fun to be able to click through these and see them all. It's just, that's the way you want to be able to see your photos. That's the way you want to be able to enjoy your photos. It's not enough just to take them. You want to be able to enjoy them on the screen. Let's see what else. There were monkeys all over. This is a beautiful picture. I think my daughter took this one. I mean, look at that. So, I mean, you got to be able to enjoy these pictures. It's not enough to have just taken them. You want to be able to have access to them so that you can look at them whenever you want. So, this was a trip to Japan. Yeah, when you're in Japan, you take a look what I found in Japan. There was a shrine. It was just sticking out of the hillside, so I had to go visit it. I had to find my way there. This is what the train was like, but when I looked out the window, the food was amazing too. I saw this and said, what the heck is that? And I had to go find out where this was. I had to go hike up that hill, and I found it was a shrine. It was a little temple, and all of these are little prayers. They're each individually carved. They're all about this big. So it was neat. I ate like a king there, as you can see. You do not want to go the wrong way. So going over there is not an option. You have to go somewhere else. This is a view from the building, the office building I was in. That's a train that I could get to, but there were just too many people in the way, so I missed it. This is what a commute's like in Japan. It was neat to be able to see the modern and the old together. That was my office building. This happens to be Zion National Park. So just able to put these together, be able to look at, this is Bryce Canyon. If you haven't seen your national park system, definitely go take a look. You could buy a 1-year pass at any of the gates and just take a summer and go take a look. It's amazing. Get to go down into the canyons and hike through them all. Believe it or not, there's a name for almost every single one of them. Just beautiful countryside. Absolutely neat. And it's a good opportunity for some real photos. This one's a little bit blown out, but it's an iconic photo. Anyway, guys, there is the value proposition. Let me show you how I got to all of this, because I've been poor at keeping track of my photos for years. And now, in a quest to get my movies served to myself and my music served to myself, all of which is working amazingly well, I can also do my photos, but it doesn't stop there. This stuff is getting crazy. Here, let me jump out of this. Boom. And I'm going to show you what I found. There's a company called Synology, and they make NAS drives, network attached storage drives. But they've changed a lot, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 previous NAS drives. This one, look at the first line on this, the spec. It's a processor. These ones have processors and memory. They're able to run things. You've heard of IoT, running things on the edge level computing. This is it. This is, well, you're used to seeing them in this form, looking like servers. These look like JBODs, but they're not. It's not just a bunch of disks. It actually has some CPU and memory in there. So it's a real server. So I wanted to start inexpensively. I started with the DS218 Plus. It's an excellent box. It looks like this. And it had USB 3.0 in it. Definitely get one with USB 3.0 in it. I really like this one. I put 2 discs in it. I thought it would be a great way to... I wasn't sure how I was going to configure the discs, whether I would stripe them together and for maximum performance, or in the case of your kids' photos, it's good to go with redundancy. So these drives are mirrored. I put 2 drives in there, and they run side by side, and one copies the other. So if I ever do have a disk failure, this thing will beep at me, letting me know, and I would go out and buy the exact same disk that I bought before. Boop. This one, plug it in, and it would copy. It would make a copy again. So I have a good local on-premise copy of all my data. And what I can do with it now is serve it to myself, like this, and like this. This is just fantastic. There's no better way to do this. Here, let's see. I'm going to go to my actual photos. Yeah, and then we can go by timeline. Look at this. Just pulling through the years. You can just slide on down, and look how quickly this fills in. That's fantastic. That's what you have. You have the low latency of being on premise, and it's serving it to me. It has its own processor. It has its own memory. So it's computer independent. I'm free to get new computers. For years, I've pulled hard drives and stuck them in boxes, but now I can put it all to this one network attached storage drive. And yeah, this is going to work for me much, much better. So yes, there is a hefty investment here. What are we looking at? We're looking at 2 drives, call them $200. So that's $400. Yeah, $700. $700 is pretty pricey, but now when my wife looks at me straight in the eye and says, "Do you have all the pictures of the kids? How many do we have? What do we have up in the cloud?" I honestly didn't know. I just had folders called 2000. It's called 1999, 2000, 2001, all the way up to today. And every time I'd grab some pictures, I'd download them off a phone and just stick them in there. This thing kind of organizes them for me. It really makes it much, much nicer. I can actually have a timeline and look at my pictures chronographically. Yeah, that sounds right. I'm going to go with that. This is much, much better. Let me show you how all this works. I'm going to go ahead and kick myself out of PLEX. Boop. And I'm on my drive right now. I'm on my network. I just type in find Synology, find.synology.com. It'll go out and look on my network and find the Synology drive. There, it looks like it found it. It's waiting for it. It's responding. It's found it by MAC address. Now, there it is. Now it's found its IP address. All I do is click on it, and now I'm at the DSM, or Disk Station Manager. The Disk Station Manager allows me to look at all my the health of my drive. That's good. But I also can see all the things I have running on the edge. The resource monitors. Here's my PLEX server. I've installed this one. It's called a surveillance station. This will act as a surveillance piece for me. I can take multiple IP cameras. I have them coming. They're on the way. And I can record them locally. So I kind of have a security system as well, backing up all that data. No longer pushing to the cloud. Just a little more value there. There's my resource monitor. That's running. Oh, here. I can see everything that's currently loaded on this machine here. I can add more things by going here. These are all the things I have installed, which we already saw. And it will help me update them, I guess. But look at all the other things. Antivirus. That's genius. Do it on the storage device. Use that processor and the downtime just to scan all this stuff. A machine that can't be infected scanning your data that can be. That's genius. Antivirus more. I see some mail servers in here. Look at that. Why not have your own mail server? I mean, other than being a senator, you don't want to get in trouble having your own mail server. But if you have processing power on the edge, do it. And why not run your own photo sharing service? Why not run your own? What else did we see in here? You could serve up video. There's their surveillance piece. Docker. You know what Docker is? They have things called containers now. You can have containers running applications. Think of it as server spaces, virtual servers running an application and being able to toss it and start it up again. A Docker is an application that runs on the edge. It's all containerized, and you can actually run Docker pieces. I'm going to have to play with that as well. I think you can get a Minecraft server running as a Docker utility. I'll have to check that one out. But here's the one that most interested me, as I go through them all, is PLEX. And yeah, I'm running PLEX. And the other one, WordPress. Why not run a website? You know, while you're getting started, run a website and run it from your own server. There you go. Here, I'm going to start this PLEX piece right here. It's running on device. I got my buddies set up too. Look, it's letting me know there's a new version. I'll get to that. But yeah, here's my PLEX environment, and I can see all the programs I'm recording. You can see there's a guide, and I can actually see my recording options, what's going to record today, Monday, Tuesday, that kind of thing. This is pretty cool. I think this is definitely the way to do it. So not only can I play my movies, have plenty of room, and my music, but now I have my 30,000 pictures, and they're organized into albums, into photos, by year. Let's see, date taken. That's kind of neat. Timeline. Ooh, look at this. It's got a timeline down the side, and I can just slide on down, and here's the low latency part that I'm talking about. I just stopped and look at it, filled right in. I remember that trip. That was Costa Rica. We were at a natural spring water slide. Too cool. There's monkeys in the tree, so we're still in Costa Rica. But I can slide straight down. Look at this. This is 2010 and babies playing in cabinets. Yeah. Anyway, guys, this is pretty cool. And it's cool if you have kids. If you have kids and your pictures are worth a ton and you definitely want to back them up and kind of also want a server, this one will be wife approved because you'll have the kids' photos. You'll have access to them. You can sit. We've already done this a couple nights in a row now. We can just sit down in the TV room. When you start flipping through pictures, all the kids come out. You can also play music at the same time. So you have music playing in the background as you're looking at pictures of the kids. And it is cool. And while you're looking through them, you don't have to write anything down because there's a favorite button. You can favorite them right there on screen. You can either put them into I just put them into a favorites list, and then I go back to the PC and I can sort them into different lists. But you can do that as well on the PC. You just give them a click and you can say, put this in vacation, put this in kid pictures, put this in favorites, that kind of thing. Anyway, guys, I'm going to keep playing with this. I'm going to get some cameras in and see what it can't do as far as a security piece. But so far, I'm liking this a lot. Anyway, I'll put links to these so you know which one I've got. This is it, the 218. And these are the drives that I picked. And yeah, I put these 6 terabyte drives. And I have them mirrored together because losing this kind of data just isn't acceptable. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Give this a thumbs up if you want to see more. Ask some questions down below. And we'll talk to you in the next one. Talk to you soon.